So this coming Sunday, it's the biggest event of the wrestling calendar and indeed WWE's calendar, whether you look at it from a fan perspective, like you would probably do, or a business perspective, as I would probably do. It's time for Wrestlemania predictions, the video where us, the British Fist, will be giving our thoughts and giving our predictions on this year's Wrestlemania 29. I am Mr. Parkin, and this guy's sitting next to me, wearing his Triple H shirt and a hoodie, and he's doing the CM Punk cross thing, but with his own little style. It's none other than AJ. What's up, indeed? You guys can subscribe to us if you want to see our WrestleMania video this weekend on Sunday. You can like this video if you like what you're hearing, and comment your thoughts and opinions going into WrestleMania this Sunday.
And with the predictions, please send us a video response, and please make sure you contact us if you're new to our channel in the links in the description box below.
Indeed. So WrestleMania 20, I remember last year's WrestleMania, and also WrestleMania 27. I was really excited for the shows for different reasons, especially last year's. We had 3 massive matches. Now, this year's WrestleMania, not as excited, to say the least. I'll just say that.
Well, we could say that this year the WWE had advertised 3 main matches this year, so it's almost the same thing. But with these 3 top matches, we're not as excited as we were last year, because the 3, almost 2 of them are repeated matches.
Yes, last year we had 2 fresh matches. We had a big match with Rock and Cena, which was the first time, once in a lifetime. Jericho and Punk was a big match you wanted to see. Taker and Undertaker Taker and Triple H had something different with the Hell in a Cell added to it. We had 3 matches that we were legitimately looking forward to. The End of an Era match was looking forward to that as well. Whereas this year, I feel the card itself is very good. I mean, we have 10 matches on the card. The card is quite strong in my opinion. I don't know what it is. I'm just not feeling that WrestleMania excitement this year, and I don't know why.
Well, I think the one thing that makes this card not so good is what we're about to talk about now.
We've got the rematches, not to start off with.
The pre-show. Yeah.
Oh, the pre-show, yes. We got all those rematches, like NJ said before. The pre-show match. Wow, the IC title has really taken a turn for the worse, isn't it? Remember when my boy Cody Rhodes was taking that IC title and being the match before the main event at TLC 2011, I believe? Not this year. Barrett and Miz is on the pre-show, ladies and gentlemen. This is a turn for the worse for the IC belt. 2
quick rants about this. Number 1 is that the WWE had advertised a feud or this being a match possibly for WrestleMania. And 2, WrestleMania is the time to showcase the championships, give them their big match at Mania, and you for some reason got both mid-cards, which we'll get to next, in the pre-show.
Well, or maybe even not on the show at all. We don't know if Cesaro is going to be there. I don't see why Tons of Funk and Team Road Scholars, that match couldn't have been on the pre-show. That really doesn't have that much meaning. The IC Championship would actually have a point on this card. It has actually got some build. I am just surprised. I don't know whether you echo this here, but Wade Barrett was just in a movie. The Miz was just in a movie. Firstly, why didn't they advertise this as like 2 guys that have been in a movie, one being a good guy, The Miz, the other being a badass heel, Wade Barrett, going against each other? How does that not make it to WrestleMania? How does this get the mediocre build it did and then get put on the freaking pre-show? I just, call me crazy, but I just don't understand how WWE can take these movie stars, essentially what they've got in their wrestlers, and put them on the freaking pre-show at their biggest pay-per-view of the year.
This is the thing, I could echo that because they've done one for the dancers, which we'll get to later, being Jericho and Fandango, Rock and Cena movie stars. I personally don't really feel they should bring outside of wrestling stuff into wrestling, but I do think because of these 2, Barrett being returned with that big epic returning video tag to a fighter, him coming back and failing, I just don't believe that the WWE are treating Barrett the way they should do.
Is this a match with 2 characters that are really on the downhill, in your opinion? I think Barrett will win this. I can't see Miz winning the belt on the pre-show. I really can't.
Miz is, again, turning face, so maybe they've got future plans for him. Barrett's on the downfall, but he should retain. And I think, like he promised a few months back, this the year of Wade Barrett, so I'm hoping after WrestleMania he makes this year.
I will say this, I'm not sure how many more face opponents that they would have for Wade Barrett, so maybe they'll give the belt to Miz that have more heels. They have heels like Damian Sandow, Cody Rhodes, so they can go after the IC belt. But I think Wade Barrett's retaining this simply because it's on the pre-show. So there we go. Is Antonio Cesaro going to be on the pre-show? I mean, you've got both your mid-card belts. They're going to be on the pre-show. Do you reckon, I mean, Cesaro has to be on the pre-show in some way or form, whether it's just a filler match or part of a Battle Royal or something like that, or a Battle Royal leading to a US title match. The pre-show is an hour long. We're going to get a lot of video packages and interviews, but surely these two are going to, surely Cesaro will get on the pre-show, surely.
Well, with both mid-card champions being heel, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, sometime during the WrestleMania, they cut at least a heel promo saying how disrespected they feel, unworthy they feel, to be on the pre-show, not actually on the card. I'm hoping for a heel promo for one of these two champions.
Well, apparently CM Punk was a bit disgusted that Antonio Cesaro didn't make it to the card. So that's the pre-show. It's pretty much going to be your mid-card belt pre-show by the looks of it, and it's an hour long. So let's get onto this WrestleMania card. The first match to talk about is Tons of Funk and the both Funkadactyls versus Team Road Scholars and the Bellas. I can't say I'm that interested in this match, really. I really thought a Team Road Scholars versus New Age Outlaws match would have been really good on this Mania card. But obviously, they probably couldn't do that due to the fact that Road Dogg and Billy Gunn probably couldn't wrestle a big-time match.
Two things about this again. I'm always coming with two things. Number one, New Age Outlaws were teased to possibly come back in a wrestling role because they had that match on a house show. They had this involvement on Raws. So it looks like they could have done at least a WrestleMania match, which would have been good. Second thing is, Team Road Scholars get into Mania when they've not had a good winning streak compared to Barrett and The Miz and Cesaro. I don't see where the logic is in this. If this is the opener or just a match just to throw in there, fine, but I really couldn't care less about this.
This could be some kind of piss break match. I see the babyfaces going over here purely because I see that WWE are big fans of the Tons of Funk tag team. That's all I really have to say about this match, really.
The only thing they could have added to this match to make it at least pay-per-view worthy is an All Contendership. Somehow.
I guess, yeah. Is there going to be a Divas title match, you think, with there being so many matches? AJ and Kaitlyn probably isn't going to be on there, even though it's kind of been hyped.
Like past pay-per-views, unannounced match, yes.
Possibly so. Chris Jericho versus Fandango. This is quite a talk-worthy match. A lot of people have been saying that Jericho is too big of an opponent for Fandango and they're putting Fandango in a massive spot way too early. What are your thoughts on that?
Again, I can hear, I'm like a two-sided person, I can hear why they're doing this match. Yes, Jericho, my main problem, Jericho's not been on a winning streak, but the fact he's still Chris Jericho, a big name like Chris Jericho, and he's going against someone who's had a failing character be Johnny Curtis. Come as Fandango. Fandango's not won a wrestling match, not wrestled, and his first opponent at the biggest stage of them all is Chris Jericho. So look at that thinking, what is he worthy of face Chris Jericho? What makes him worthy of having a big opponent like Chris Jericho? And he's, again, if the WWE make him beat Jericho, that means they've got a full belief in Fandango to work, or you've just made him beat someone as big as Chris Jericho for nothing.
They are setting this character up big time. They've built up this feud quite well, in my opinion. They've built up the Fandango character quite well. And clearly you can tell by this that Vince McMahon is a massive, massive fan of this Fandango character. And I can kind of see why. The character is quite unique. It's drawing a lot of legitimate heat from the crowd. Going up against Jericho, that is a big-time match for a guy like Fandango. And let's face it, unlike most people, unlike most past stars like Triple H, Taker, The Rock, Brock Lesnar, etc. At least Jericho's coming back to try and put over a new character, a character that can actually probably do something for the future in WWE. So I like the idea of this match, and I really hope that on his debut they give Fandango the victory here. I really think they have to, because Jericho ain't going to be around for like the next couple of months or the next couple of years. Fandango will.
Number one, I'm going to be more on Chris Jericho's side. Number two, if Fandango wins, I'm going to say good luck to WWE, because Vince McMahon's last big character, he wanted to push, Ryback. He's not became WWE champion. He's in filler matches to get him on the card. He's in a feud with Mark Henry, which is going to go somewhere. But again, I just think Vince McMahon's choice of characters, he pushed them temporarily, then he just runs out of ideas. I'm just saying good luck, Vince, with Fandango.
Well, technically, Ryback has only been around a year, so you can't really say too much about that. But we'll talk about Ryback next. How about that? Ryback versus Mark Henry is, I believe, a very good match for Ryback. The problem for me, both these guys, Ryback is a massive, strong powerhouse babyface. Mark Henry is a massively strong powerhouse dominant heel. So this match does make a lot of sense, and I'm looking forward to seeing this match. Two Titans going at it. The problem being, Ryback has had a massive pay-per-view loss streak from Money in the Bank, which was in July, I really feel Ryback desperately needs a win here against Mark Henry. But I'm hearing reports that apparently these two didn't mesh very well in the live event matches.
Well, when I look at this match, I think it's one of the best opponents apart from Big Show for Ryback to go against. Mark Henry, before he got injured, was a big top heel. He's coming back still with the dominant acting, strong and strength. So I think for Ryback, they teased it in a way that it worked. Yes, the bill slipped up earlier, but they put it back to where it should be. And I believe that Ryback should somehow pick up the win and somehow maybe go into Extreme Rules, but Ryback's got to pick up the win.
He needs a signature win at a big pay-per-view so he can possibly go after the title at some point this year, in my opinion. So I expect Ryback to win here. The big question will be whether he can shell-shock Mark Henry. That'll be the big question here for me.
You've seen him shell-shock at least 2 wrestlers up on his shoulder and blow and took him down. But to do Mark Henry, a guy that you wouldn't really see being able to be picked up in that kind of maneuver, but Ryback will hopefully surprise us.
WWE Tag Team Championships. When was the last time, actually, we saw a Tag Team Championship match on the card at WrestleMania? That's a plus. The tag division hasn't exactly been really interesting or anything lately, but hell, we have a Tag Team Championship match. Yes, it might be kind of filler and thrown in, but we have a Tag Team Championship match on the fucking card this year, which is a good thing.
That's what I was going to get to. Like I said at the beginning, all the championships should be a focus on this pay-per-view. Shame about the mid-card. This tag match, I don't really agree with this. Not the opponents, at least. The match being here, yes, not the opponents. But we'll get to more discussion here.
Yeah, I mean, it should be a good match. I mean, you've got Daniel Bryan, Kane, and Dolph Ziggler, 3 very good workers. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with Big E Langston. Being an NXT viewer, I do like the Big E Langston character. Obviously, he's a face in NXT, he's a heel here. I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to do, how they're going to book him in this match. This match did kind of just seem thrown together, though. It's like, you know, we've got to get Dolph Ziggler on the card. We'll put Langston with him. Let's just have him go against the tag champs, even though they're not really a tag team.
The thing I miss about this is more about Ziggler. Ziggler's meant to be Mr. Money in the Bank. Where's all the surprise cash-ins? Or I'm going to take the chance here. Where's all them? I'm not really getting a feeling that they're concentrating on Ziggler becoming the next world champion. They're more concentrating on just throwing him on there just so he's on TV. The breakup of Team Hell No seems to be put on hold. There's so many questions going around this match. So in my opinion, it could be a good match. Good manoeuvring Ziggler and Daniel Bryan, Kane and Langston. But I just don't agree with this.
I think Team Hell No needs to split up soon. You know, the tag team, while have done good for the tag team division and getting it on TV every week, the tag team's now kind of getting stale. Ziggler really should have been put in a better spot on the card. A lot of people felt he should have faced Chris Jericho, which would have been a rematch from SummerSlam 2012. Add to the rematches, I guess. But I can't see Ziggler and Langston winning here simply because Ziggler's got the money in the bank. So why the hell would he want to win a tag team championship?
And I don't really see, because the cash-in is not got long left. I can't really see him being the tag champ and then a higher championship being the world heavyweight. It wouldn't work. It may do good for Langston, but I don't see this. So I'm saying Team Hell No.
I think Ziggler's cash-in won't happen at WrestleMania. It will definitely happen past Extreme Rules. That's what I think. I'll go on most of that in the World Heavyweight Championship match. The main angle of SmackDown has been generally The Shield versus Sheamus, Orton, and Big Show. Now, it was originally going to be Sheamus, Orton, and Ryback until they put Ryback in that Mark Henry match. So they've been chopping and changing things quite quickly here. But this has been the main angle on SmackDown, a show which we've started to watch again. You excited for this match? Because I kind of feel, to me, something big needs to happen here because, you know, this is kind of getting stale. I know people love The Shield here because it has their guys in it and everything, internet marks, but this faction is now starting to get a little stale to me, and something needs to change. It's almost like WWE didn't plan anything past Paul Heyman revealing that he funded them or brought them to WWE.
Number one, I'm a true believer in The Shield. They're a great group. I love how the WWE have brought them in, keep them looking dominant. Hopefully there's a reason why they're looking so dominant. I was hoping the Tag Team Championship, but that whole jump of feuding against Team Hell No disappeared. This match, the fact that the Shield are always in 3-on-3s instead of probably doing new ideas. Yes, they've teased Big Show and Reigns. They've done teasers here, but I do think the fact that we've seen yet another 3-on-3, something's got to happen to push the Shield in a different direction.
Do you think Orton may possibly turn heel on this show? Do you think that might be what maybe can swing this match and make it slightly exciting?
I think with the fact they're making Del Rio work as a face, they've got Sheamus as a face, I think turning Orton heel is more acceptable now, because Del Rio is definitely working. Sheamus has always been there. They may need to bring another face in, just so there's not just two faces, but...
Big Show. We've already turned him face now.
Sadly, that's another thing I want to get to after this. But yes, I think Orton punting someone, because I think that's the only way you're going to get Orton as a full-blown heel again, is to actually punch someone. I think that made him signatory.
And you wanted to talk about Big Show briefly as well.
Yes, the WWE are really back and forward with him. Yeah, people say he works better as a face, people say he works better as a heel. The WWE can't seem to make up their mind. They've turned him face just to make this match happen. I feel that he's just been thrown in this because they didn't really have anything for Big Show to do. Him as a face, okay. I just don't really agree with Big Show's part in this, but again, the WWE like him as a face, so it's happening.
I'll be honest, I don't care who wins here. It's not necessarily a bad thing. I'm just saying if Sheamus, Orton and Big Show win, fine. If the Shield win, fine. They both have reasons for winning. I just hope they do try and do a little bit something more with the Shield to give them a little bit more purpose, because right now, just coming out after matches, it's just getting stale, kind of like the Nexus did.
Sadly, I'm a bit different. I'm enjoying the Shield week after week. Apart from the last few weeks, they've been afraid to get in the ring and at least brawl with the faces. That's been my downfall. But I'm going to be on the Shield side. Give them one more big pay-per-view win, their first WrestleMania, a big win, and then branch up to maybe a rematch or something Extreme Rules where the faces could win. But I think the Shield could do with a big pay-per-view win.
World Heavyweight Championship match. Alberto Del Rio versus Jack Swagger. You know, this to me has been built pretty well. I mean, they've got a lot of heat on Jack Swagger with the whole breaking Rodriguez's ankle thing. They also introduced this by having Swagger, you know, be this all-American guy and being right wing and all that kind of stuff. So I'm kind of excited for this match. Del Rio as a face is growing on me a little bit now. I fully expect this to... I think this has a chance of opening the card, but I'll be glad if it doesn't open the card because I feel this deserves a much higher place on the WrestleMania card than the previous World Heavyweight Championships. I feel Del Rio will win this match and it will continue on to Extreme Rules. I feel that's how they're going to do this match, really.
Well, look at this match, and I've not been a fan of it. The WWE have done little spots. It's only the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, they've started to make it seem like it matters because they've been contradicting from the Shield and the Raw matches, the 3 top matches that we've said. So with this match, I think, yes, they've had the idea for a while, only had concentration for the last 3 possible weeks. I still don't care about this match. If it's the opener, it's been the opener for past WrestleManias, past pay-per-views. I don't care. The way I see it is 2 ways. Yes, echoing Dan, Extreme Rules. Or the thing we're going to go on to next is Swagger wins, he's all happy. But then we have Ziggler cashing in and just ruining the run of Swagger because of the...
The one reason why I don't think Swagger will win is because of what happened. I don't think he wasn't smoking. I think it was he got pulled over for, I believe it was a DUI. Yeah, so it was a driving under the influence DUI. That's the one reason I don't think he will win this. But I feel they pushed him anyway because the character has been so strong, and they will continue to push him and Zeb Coulter afterwards. As for Ziggler cashing in, no, I don't think it'll happen at WrestleMania. Personally, I think there's this feud, in my opinion, is. You can do a lot more with it after WrestleMania using the submissions both these two guys have got going into Extreme Rules to maybe have a submissions match or something. So I feel that the cash-in will happen either at Extreme Rules or afterwards. He doesn't have much time to cash in after this.
Well, let's just say that this match happens. Let's say the cash-in doesn't work and Ziggler does not get the embarrassment or the punishment of getting the title taken off him. I think the Extreme Rules match will be better because I don't feel they've built this match up as long-term as they could have.
And people say we always agree, MJ. There we go. That just goes to show you haters. Now it's time to get on to the big 3 matches. These are the 3 matches, in my opinion, which are going to make this either a great show or a mediocre show. If these 3 matches deliver, it could possibly be a very good show. But if 1 or 2 of them really don't deliver, then it could be a kind of mediocre WrestleMania. The first of these 3 matches we're going to talk about, which involves 4 legends, actually technically 5 legends, Shawn Michaels being there, and 2 current roster guys. The first of which we're going to discuss is Triple H versus Brock Lesnar in a no-holds-barred match in which Triple H's career is on the line, even though he's only wrestled 3 times this year.
My rant for this quickly is, I've said this many times, I feel that the stipulation, no holds barred, is pretty similar to SummerSlam in some way. Yes, there may be more blood and more action, more involvement, but I feel there's some similarity. The Triple H's job on the line, I would have gone a bit more deeper, if anything, the COO-ship. But again, I would have done that at SummerSlam, where Heyman would have taken over and had to build from SummerSlam to WrestleMania, with Heyman in charge, because then we would have accepted Triple H winning at WrestleMania more to get his job back.
Yeah, I think this match has generally been built up pretty well. I think generally it's been built up pretty well because of the strength of characters, whether we like it or not. I know these guys are past stars, but Brock Lesnar, a very, very strong character among casual fans. Triple H, another very strong character among casual fans. And I hope this match isn't just a normal no-holds-barred match. I really think with Brock Lesnar in there and Shawn Michaels in Triple H's corner and Paul Heyman involved there, you need to have some kind of bloodbath here, in my opinion. It probably won't happen, but this needs to be this needs to be much better than their match at SummerSlam, because their match at SummerSlam was just not that great, in my opinion. They need to go all out here, weapons, everything. It just needs to be a massive brawl-out, big blow-off type match to me if it's going to be any good.
Well, I have no doubt there's going to be blood, because in majority, if not all Lesnar matches for involvement, there's been blood. So I'm going to not be surprised if there's blood. I'm not going to be as surprised when I first saw it with John Cena. It's going to happen. The weapon usage, yes. I expect there to be probably some McMahon involvement, or maybe the wrestlers that Brock Lesnar attacked, like The Miz and other ones. I just expect something more to happen in this match, make it different to the stipulation style of SummerSlam, and to make this match probably the outstanding, most brutal match on the card.
Could well be that. Again, another match, in my opinion, it has a kind of different style to other matches, which is good. Who do you see winning this? Do you think Triple H is going to get his ultimate revenge on Brock Lesnar, or do you think it would be better if Brock Lesnar won this, considering he's with the WWE for another 2 years and Triple H doesn't really wrestle all that much now?
I feel that if Brock Lesnar wins, expect there to be a third one, because Triple H normally gets the last say, the last laugh in many cases.
Well, he has to retire if he loses.
Yeah, but I still think he'll find a way to wrestle, or he'll get under Brock Lesnar's skin, Heyman's skin. They'll get another match. I really don't think, as much as Lesnar should win, because it gives Lesnar a big WrestleMania win, even though he won at SummerSlam, lost to Extreme Rules.
Yeah.
But I still feel, I see it both ways. I don't mind who would win, but because of the fact that if Lesnar wins, I can see a third match somewhere in 2013. So I'm going to say Triple H.
You know what? I think if Brock Lesnar, if he loses this match to Triple H, he's going to be 1-1 and lost 2. Not exactly the best way of using a special attraction guy in Brock Lesnar, who's going to be only wrestling kind of biggish pay-per-views, not to mention the Extreme Rules pay-per-view he did last year. Then again, if Brock Lesnar wins, I can see this being a good way of Triple H folding out of the frame and not wrestling too much and concentrating a lot more on his backstage role, and eventually he will take over WWE. So maybe this will be the time where he does actually retire. You know, you don't know. But I always think if Triple H is going to retire, it would be the main event, and there is no way this match is going to be the main event.
And I think Triple H, I've said this many times, I don't think he's ready to hang up his boots. He'll be probably a Vince McMahon character, wanting to continue wrestling when needed. So I really think Lesnar could benefit from it. Triple H.
Right, Undertaker versus Punk, the general streak match that we get at WrestleMania. There are a lot of differing opinions on this one. I'll let you go first on this match. Undertaker versus CM Punk, the streak versus the longest reigning champion.
People are going to get sick of me saying this, but again, I feel that when it comes to storyline, which fans, not all fans, people are complimenting this match because it's not happened. It's a match that puts them both on the card in a strong way possible. Compliment this match as much as you want. Storyline wise, there's no storyline, I believe, that could beat or be as big as end of an era match, especially with what Shawn Michaels said, Triple H said, and Undertaker said. So I believe they made that match a perfect way for Taker to say, I've had a brilliant match, I can't wrestle anymore, blah, blah, blah. So I believe that stepping up for this WrestleMania, probably another WrestleMania, however they're going to do it, may not have been the best option. Taking nothing away from the quality of the match, I'm looking forward to it, but I don't 100% agree.
No, you're never going to top end of an era. That was pretty much a once in a lifetime kind of story that you can tell between three guys that have 20 odd years of history. However, this match I believe is a good match. Undertaker is famous for the streak. You've got CM Punk, who is this big heel in WWE, even though they're really fighting the grain with CM Punk right now, as we could tell from the Go Home show. I agree to this match. It gives Punk a very big match on the card, which I feel he definitely needed after that long title reign. Could Punk have looked a little bit stronger going into this match? Yes. He lost at Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber. He lost that big match to John Cena on Raw. Then he lost to Kane with the whole Paul Bearer thing. So Punk doesn't really look all that strong going into this. But my question really would be, if it wasn't for Paul Bearer's unfortunate death, how mediocre would this build have been? What did WWE have planned?
I think the only way before the Paul Bearer thing, yes, that made me question this match even more. It would have probably gone down the respect route, because Taker's all about earning respect for people to face him, and CM Punk says everyone needs to respect me, doesn't respect me, and all that stuff. They've probably gone down the respect route for the whole build to WrestleMania. Paul Bearer's death is tragic, because obviously it just happened and helped this storyline. Gave CM Punk the heel maneuvers of doing all that stuff he's done. But now I guess it's brought back the urn, which was in the past when Paul Bearer was alive, and using that to get Taker to do all this stuff. It's helped the storyline, but again, it's only a throwing idea because of Paul Bearer.
Yeah, and with this whole Paul Bearer thing, I sincerely believe that this storyline was a great way of trying to get as much heat on Punk as possible. They've done that using the Paul Bearer death, the urn, etc. And it's going to be very predictable. We all know Undertaker is going to win this. It should be a good match. It should help CM Punk maybe get him over that little bit more as a potential top guy or second top guy in the company. I don't know. But in either way, it's a big match for CM Punk. And the way I see this ending, simple. Undertaker gets the victory, holds up the urn, gets the respect for Paul Bearer that he deserves at WrestleMania. That's how this match should end, really.
It's a normal singles match, one-on-one, with some of a story. And yes, the fact that there's no one that's going to end Taker's streak. No. Yes, the next two challenges will be probably Punk and Cena, but none of them should finish. I think because they're continuing this and didn't give it to Triple H, I think it's going to go on, and rightly so. It
should never be ended. And CM Punk will. There's no way CM Punk is going to end the streak. But hopefully it'll be a good match. That's all I can say about this. Main event time. WWE Championship. The Rock versus John Cena. Twice in a lifetime. Redemption versus greatness. A lot of people have given their opinions on this. There's a lot of people that didn't like this. I was willing to give this a chance when Cena won at the Rumble and Rock won at the Rumble, and I first knew this match was going to happen. I understood why Vince did this match. I really wanted to give it a chance. But I've really, really, really felt very underwhelmed by this build. I felt they really needed to go down a different route to make this match exciting. And with The Rock not being there very often, and with Cena's character being incredibly stale and getting a lot of boos lately, by the way, I'm just not feeling this match. I really am not. I wanted to give it a chance after last year, but I'm just not feeling it this year. I'm sorry. I'm not feeling this match.
Repeated promos, the fact that they labelled it as once in a lifetime, fans agreed to it, fans were looking forward to it. I think because of being second in a lifetime, going back on once in a lifetime, Cena's thing saying revenge and you made me so upset and my breakup, divorce, all this rubbish. It's not helping this match whatsoever. The rest in the match could be good. Rock can make Cena work his ass off. But I just haven't been interested in this. I don't agree with this match. And it looks like with the fact it's the second match happening, in my straightaway prediction, John Cena's going to retain. And 2013 new WWE year, it's going to start off just like the way it used to, with John Cena walking in as the champion.
Now, the big question is, if he wins, which may not happen, but will probably most likely happen, will he be heel? No. And to be honest, I think people that think he's going to turn heel should really get it out of their heads that he's going to turn heel. Yes, he's been a little bit heelish in some of his promos, but yeah, and he gets booed. But there ain't no way in hell that John Cena is going to turn heel. But if they did turn Cena heel, which they won't, this would be the perfect time to do it, especially with the reactions that he's been getting, Michael Cole has been talking. Michael Cole has actually been acknowledging the mixed reactions for John Cena, etc. If they did do it, it would be pretty good. But no way in fucking hell are they going to turn John Cena heel.
The best way to turn Cena heel is Rock winning again and Cena not being able to accept that he lost to The Rock for the second time at the biggest stage of them all. But again, I'm struggling to see Rock winning. And as for your Michael Cole statement, why has Michael Cole not mentioned it for the many years to go? He's always had.
Because he's always had Vince McMahon in his ear saying, don't say it. That's why.
I think it's really ridiculous. Against the main event, great. Do I believe that it's going to pay off as much as last year? No.
I think the ultimate thing coming from this match is 2013, one of my biggest things in WWE and one of the reasons why it's stale is John Cena. And I really think WWE needs to take this opportunity with Rock versus Cena, and they need to try and do something with John Cena's character. They need to try and tweak it, do something to it, make it a little bit different, because if the John Cena character stays the same, the boos are going to get more. People are going to get less interested in him. He's not going to be as much of a draw. He's not going to be as much of a business asset. WWE, in my opinion, need to take down the Hogan route, and they need to try and do something different with John Cena, whether that be turning him heel, adding some more to his character, tweaking his character a little bit, doing an actual redemption storyline.
Talk about tweaking. Right, in the past they've had Orton go after his father. You start to see a different side of Cena. A month or two later, he's back to normal Cena. So I think even if you do get to see a different side of Cena, don't go, yes, finally, thank you WWE. Because probably by Extreme Rules or the Raw for Extreme Rules, you're going to see the exact same happy-go-lucky Cena.
Indeed, and that is WrestleMania 29 predictions, guys. We hope we've covered everything in this video, as we usually do. I'm hoping WrestleMania is a good show. I think it has the card to be a good show. I think if the 3 big matches deliver in some way or form, and the undercard, the undercard looks decent somewhat, apart from some of the matches, could be a good Mania, could be a WrestleMania that is good that I'd never expected to be good. I think that's the best way of me putting this WrestleMania 29.
I don't agree with the structure of the card, especially when you've got the mid-card championships in probably the pre-show, unless they do a last-minute change. But then again, like the WWE have done for the last few months, the 3 main matches have been the main focus. And all I'm going to say is, good luck to the WWE to make the other matches at least have some surprise. Like I've said before, every pay-per-view needs one surprise.
Or at least one surprise, just like Lockdown with the Bully Ray thing. Let us know your thoughts on WrestleMania down in the comment section below. We're not going to waste any more of your time. We've already gone for about 32, 33 minutes now. So thank you very much for watching this preview. If you have, look forward to our WrestleMania review on Sunday and then the following Raw afterwards on Monday. Should be 2 big shows for WWE's calendar coming up. And from me, Mr. Parkin, and this guy sitting next to me, NJ.
What's up?
Thank you very much for watching this review, and goodbye.